Meeting to order, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, please bless our elected officials. Grant them the wisdom to know and the courage to do what is right for all citizens. Amen.
Amen. Roll call, please.
Green,
Here.
LaFleur,
Here.
Mistravich,
Here.
Ricks,
Here.
Roberts,
Here.
Schultz,
Here.
Yard.
Here.
Good to see everybody here tonight. We move on to approval of minutes for the City Council meeting of June 15th. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Support. Motion been made and supported. Is there any discussion on the minutes? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. Move on to audience comments on any non-agenda items. If anybody would like to address the City Council on non-agenda items, we simply ask that you come to the podium, state your name for the record. Anybody like to address the council at this time? We will move on. Need a motion to adopt the agenda. Mr. City Manager, you have any changes?
No changes.
City Council, any changes? Motion to accept the agenda as presented be in order.
So moved.
Support.
It's been made and supported. Is there any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
What's been made and supported. There's no discussion on that motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We move on to items for consideration, which we have 3 this evening. The first one, consideration of adopting resolution number 2015-9, recognition of 25th anniversary of the Richmond Area Historical and Genealogical Society. Mr. City Manager.
Council is scheduled to consider approving Resolution 2015-9, a resolution recognizing the Richmond Area Historical and Genealogical Society's 25th anniversary. The RAGS is a nonprofit organization established in January 1990 when a group of citizens gathered in the Richmond Public Library to pursue a common interest. In 1991, the city approved the use of a portion of Bailey Park to place the schoolhouse and train depot in that park, providing them.
Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve Resolution 2015-9, a resolution recognizing the Richmond Area Historical and Genealogical Society's 25th anniversary.
Support.
What's been made and supported? Is there a representative from the Historical Society that would like to accept their presentation? Norman? And we're assuming council going to pass this motion. We'll kind of go out of our normal context here and present you with your proclamation resolution for all your years of service to the community, that of the Historical Society. But let me read this, a resolution recognizing the 25th anniversary of the Richmond Area Historical and Genealogical Society. And on behalf of the City Council, whereas the Richmond Area Historical and Genealogical Society was established in January of 1990 when a group of citizens gathered in the Richmond Public Library to discuss a common interest, the preservation of a 19th century one-room schoolhouse. And whereas the Historical Society was successful in securing the one-room schoolhouse and other historic structures, the City of Richmond allowed a portion of Bailey Park to be used for the preservation of historic buildings, thereby providing a home for the Richmond Area Historical and Genealogical Society in the park named after Eugene Bailey. And whereas the Society's mission is to share with others the legacy left to us by our forefathers, the migrants from the East and the immigrants from Europe, who with foresight and conviction build a better future. And whereas the programs and events Society puts on throughout each year help to preserve Richmond's history and give our citizens a deeper understanding of their heritage and a greater appreciation of our unique historic resources. Now therefore be it resolved that the Richmond City Council does hereby urge our citizens to acknowledge the importance of preserving our local history and the considerable contributions made by the dedicated volunteers of the Richmond Area Historical and Genealogical Society on their 25th anniversary. And it should be noted, and we've said it before, one of the jewels of our community, definitely. Kind of almost in there with the town clock. And the 1925 LaFrance fire truck, I remember to say that too. But no, you guys have done a great job over the years, and all the people that have been involved. And hope with the purchase of the property now that we can continue our relationship and build upon what you guys have started. So, yeah, so do we. So hopefully you can hang this and put it someplace where people can see it. Do you have a few words? Mary Ellen? Mary Ellen, do I have to ask if Mary Ellen has a few words?
Go ahead, Norm. I'll be right behind you.
Hold me up. First off, thank you very much. This is really quite an honor. We look forward to moving ahead and improving on what we have, adding to it. We have some plans that we're looking into to move forward, and I think it's going to come out pretty neat. I hope I'm around long enough to see it to its end, so, or at least almost to its end. So, thank you again very much.
All right, Tim, just because I know you expect this. I personally want to thank the city council and all of the people in the city of Richmond for everything that they have done through the years to support the society, because without your support, none of that would have been possible. And without the hours that Norm has put in and so many others, I'm kind of a newbie to it. I've only been really involved for the last 5 years. So I'm still the new kid on the block there, I guess. But I do recognize and see all of the commitment that all of you have given through the years, and how important the city is to all of you as it is to all of us, as we work there to, as Tim called it, the jewel, to build that jewel and move it on into the next few years with your help and your support. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Is there anybody else from the audience that would speak to this issue? Back to the table. City Council, any comments? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. Item number 2 is consideration of sign request, St. Augustine's Parish Festival. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to give consideration on a request from St. A's Catholic Church to have signage that would advertise and direct people to their annual parish festival, which is scheduled to be held on the weekend of August 21st through August 23rd. They have made a request, similar to some of the other organizations that sponsor events, to be allowed to place signage throughout town. The city planner and I have taken a look at that request and provided them with some guidance on some of the locations, similar to what we do with the Good Old Days Festival. We're asking that they place them kind of in front of our city limit signs there. And then they also have 2 locations that are on private property where they have the property owner's permission. The Ellis's on Division Road and Kroger at County Line Road, I believe. We have asked, we kind of scaled down the amount of days, and more in keeping with what we've approved for other organizations, and would request that the 2 that are placed on private property be put out on August 7th, and those that go in front of the city limit signs be placed out there on Friday, August 14th.
Okay. Cindy, did you want to address this at all?
This is the first time that we've done this, to place them around the perimeter of town, and I know Tim had mentioned me bringing this to council. The request that I've made is for, I think, for 6 or 7 different sites. We may not go with all these sites depending on our funding that's available for advertising, but this is just what I was looking to get approved for. And the sign may either be a 4 foot by 4 foot or 4 foot by 6 foot. We don't know which size we're gonna go with, so, whatever you can approve would be greatly appreciated, so,
Okay.
that's it.
Very good.
Thank you.
Is there a motion?
I move to approve the special event application from St. Augustine Catholic Church to have 6 temporary signs in conjunction with their annual parish festival on August 21st through August 23rd with the following condition. The applicant will work with the city staff on proper placement of the signs to minimize any sign visibility issues. The signs located on Kroger and Ellis properties are allowed to be displayed beginning August 7th, 2015, and remaining city limit signs are allowed to be displayed beginning August 14th.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Discussion? The 1 week before, I believe that just gives them one weekend before. I would rather go with 2 weeks before, which would be
August 7th.
the
across
August
the board.
7th. Yeah,
If council's more comfortable with that, that's
yeah.
fine.
Is that right then? Is that 2 weekends before? I don't, oh, here's a calendar. So their festival's the 21st. So yeah, if the 7th, that would just give them 2 weekends before for advertisement. And I don't think that's too much
I agree.
to do. Would you have a problem?
No,
amending
I don't.
Okay. And Mike, did you?
No, that's fine
Okay.
with me.
So the motion would read August 7th.
For both.
Yeah, for both.
For all. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Any other discussion? Any audience participation? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion passes. So, Cindy, if you get with John, he can tell you exactly what's going on and make sure you guys have the right placement of the signs.
Yep,
We'll
and
give
we've
you
already
2
been-
weeks.
Emailing back and forth, so that won't be a problem.
Good, excellent. Okay, moving on. Item number 3, consideration of board appointments. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider making appointments to the Cable Commission, EDC, Library Board, Planning Commission, Recreation Board, and Tax Increment Finance Authority. In your packet were all of the applications. Those in front of you tonight are all reapplications of current board members.
Thank you, sir. We will start off with the Cable TV Committee. Is there a motion?
I move to reappoint Tom Kraus to the Cable TV Committee for a 3-year term with an expiration date of June 30th, 2018.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion? Long time member, maybe from the very beginning, I'm not sure.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes?
this isn't going to come with a story about you and Tommy Kraus?
No,
something
not
you did-
really.
Really?
No, we've got so many things.
Oh, okay.
to do.
I
just-
thought maybe,
No, I'll save it for another time. Okay. Mary Ellen could probably tell you a few. Although he was St. Pete's, he was a St. Pete's boy until high school. Okay. Any other discussion on the appointment? Any audience participation other than Mary Ellen? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. We have another open on the Cable TV Committee.
Make a motion to reappoint Carolyn Pryor to the Cable TV Committee for a 3-year term with expiration date of June 30th, 2018.
Support.
It's been made and supported. Any discussion on that? Another long-time person on the Cable Committee. Any audience participation on this item? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. I would ask that you confirm my appointment of Dave Villamy to the EDC for a 6-year term. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to confirm the mayor's reappointment of Dave Villamy to the EDC for a 6-year term with an expiration date of July 1st, 2021.
Support.
Wow, can you believe that? 2021. Whew. I wonder if Dave knows that.
Don't tell him.
Yeah, don't tell him when you send him notice. Just tell him, yeah, you're back on. Any audience
We'll see you next
participation on
decade.
this item? And don't print that. Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. We also have 2 seats on the library board. Is there a motion?
I move to reappoint Mary Lou Berg to the library board for a 2-year term with an expiration date of June 30th, 2017.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Any discussion?
Definitely. Mary Lindbergh, longtime member of the board and has assisted us for the library districting committee and library services, so definitely appreciate her involvement in the past and in the future.
Any other comments? Any audience participation on this item? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We have one more seat on the library. Is there a motion?
I move to reappoint Gail O'Neill to the library board for a 2-year term with the expiration date of June 30th, 2017.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported twice. Any conversation? Again, she's done a great job. She's been on there for a number of years. Years have flown by, I think. Did she say she's been on for 10 years or something? I think so. Doesn't seem like it's been that long. But that's great. Glad to see these people come back after all this time serving the city. Any participation by the public? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. Okay, I would ask that you confirm my reappointment of Dan Durkee to the Planning Commission. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to confirm the mayor's reappointment of Dan Durkee to the Planning Commission for a 3-year term with expiration date of June 30th, 2018.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Is there any discussion? Again, Dan has been a very good member on the Planning Commission, especially with his background with the county. He's within the planning command.
Yes,
What he
yes.
does is within.
Within planning and economic
Yeah.
development, yes. He very involved in the county's GIS system.
Yeah. So it's he brings a lot of valuable information to the table for us with what's going on at the county. So I'm glad to see that he's come back again. Any other discussion? Being not, any participation from the audience? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We have a position on the Recreation Board. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to reappoint Melissa Matrazak to the Recreation Board for a 2-year term with an expiration date of March 31st, 2017.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Discussion. She's longtime chair of the Parks and Recreation. Glad to see her back also. Been a number of years that she's been on that board. Any audience participation on this item? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion passes. We also have an opening on the Tax Increment Finance Authority. I would ask that you would confirm my reappointment of Bill Ruff. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to confirm the mayor's reappointment of Bill Ruff to the Tax Increment Finance Authority for a 4-year term with expiration date of June 30th, 2019.
Support. Motion's been made and supported. Discussion. Billy is also the chairman of TIFA. Been a longtime member, has done a very good job in that position also. Glad to see him back. Any further discussion? Any audience participation on this item? I think I just lost my next paper. Is it on the back? No, it's on the back. I knew there was one for- Back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. And I would ask that you would confirm my reappointment of Rob Rindell to the Tax Increment Finance Authority for a 4-year term. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to confirm the mayor's reappointment of Rob Rindell to the Tax Increment Finance Authority for a 4-year term with the expiration date of June 30th, 2019.
Support.
It's been made and supported. Another longtime supporter of the community, whether it was on city council, the school board, and or TIFA, fire department, and the Good Old Days Festival Board of Directors. Rob's been very, very involved in the community for a number of years now, so I'm glad to see he's back on the TIFA also. So, any other discussion? Any audience participation on this item? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying A. Yay? Yay? Against? Motion passes. Can we put that in the consent agenda next time? Or like, maybe we could spread them out over a 6-month period or something?
We gotta grab them when we can, though.
Yeah, I know, I
They
know.
might change your mind.
They're like fish, they come into school. City manager's comments, sir?
We are moving forward with a sidewalk replacement project right at the entrance of the police post. That's been cracking up and kind of heaving over the last couple of years. We're going to do kind of an extensive replacement project there that'll include drainage and the proper underground so that it doesn't happen again, especially now that we're going to be moving over there and having more people
Yeah.
using that entrance. The downside of that is to do it properly, we need to shut that entrance down for a few days. And so that'll start tomorrow. We're gonna have signage out there directing people to the back of the building, on the north side of the building, the old entrance to the state police post. There's an intercom button there people will press. We'll have extra people at dispatch to kind of go back and meet with people. if
There'll be
need
a
be.
sign on the both
And there'll be a
doors.
sign on both doors and arrows, traffic arrows, kind of showing people how to get through there if they get in there. And so, just to let you know, that'll be going on this week, but it's better to do it now than after we move over there. So,
Yeah. Good.
but it'll hopefully take care of that issue once and for all. And that's all I have.
Very good. Moving on to council comments. Michael?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Nothing, Nick.
Blood drive, Thursday, July 9th.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Jimmy?
Nothing tonight, sir.
Pardon me?
Nothing
Nothing?
tonight, sir.
Jimmy?
I just have one question. Has anybody else complained about the odor we're getting from the
The
landfill?
landfill? I smelled it the other week, but I didn't receive any calls.
All right.
But, yeah.
Because I've been noticing that it's almost like it was.
Yeah, a
before
few
we
years
had-
ago.
yeah.
It's definitely the landfill.
A couple of weeks ago it was, certainly.
Yeah,
I
you
noticed
know,
that here.
I know the difference between
Yeah.
farm animals and that.
And it was Sunday night as well.
Was it Sunday? I missed it that night.
It's been about 3 or 4 days that I've really noticed it, so. That's it, Mr. Mayor. And I'm glad to see you here this evening.
Well, yeah, by the grace of God, you know, go I, so. All right, my turn, right?
You know,
Our new city hall status as far as, do we have like a definite date?
We don't. We're still waiting. They have about 3 items to go: the ceiling in City Hall, the carpeting, and the front counter. And then they should be pretty close to being done.
Okay.
And so I'm working with city staff to kind of figure out how quickly can Frontier get the phones moved over? How quickly can High Tech get the new computers up and running?
Okay.
So probably in the next week or so, I'll have a much more accurate timetable.
Okay.
They have, like I said, inside the building, they're very close. But you know, I would think it'd be July. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, July, yeah,
So,
possibly.
so maybe August, we
Yeah.
might have a meeting? Our first
Hopefully our
in there?
meetings will be over there in August.
Okay, okay, great, great.
But like I
And-
said, once I get their revised schedule, I know when I talked to Cameron on Friday or Thursday, he was working on it,
Okay.
so that we could get a better idea on our end.
Okay, and our blight issues, are we starting to see people
We are.
correcting?
We are, and then some of those that we didn't see progress on, we've given them a certified letter saying, you have until this date or you're being issued a violation and ticketed. And so some I've noticed that they're coming into compliance, and then others we'd gotten so far behind, we're still processing some of them, but there are some that I noticed, like on Beach Street, got mowed for the second time, the Red Barn.
Okay,
You know,
good.
so some of the people I think we are having an impact on.
Okay, great, great. I hope they do come into compliance,
Yeah.
or else.
Yeah, I know the chief was off on vacation this week, and last week, right before he left, he had a meeting with one property owner on the North Business District to kind of reaffirm what his letter meant to him.
Good, very good, very good. They'll be historic if that gets cleaned up. Okay, we have a closed session this evening. We will take a 5-minute break in between.
You wanna do the
Well, we can do the calendar now, sure. Today being July 6th, the Recreation Board meeting will be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at the library. We have the blood drive that was mentioned earlier, which will be held at the Lenox Township Hall from 9 till 4 p.m. on the 9th. The Planning Commission will be meeting also on the 9th at 7 o'clock right here at City Hall. And the Cable Commission will be meeting on the 14th at 7 o'clock here at City Hall. The EDC will be meeting, will they be meeting
Yes.
July?
Yes.
Yes.
On the 16th at 7 o'clock right here at City Hall. And it's also the 91st birthday of our town clock on the 17th. And the library is celebrating, I see. And that's fantastic. Which brings up a question. Are we still keeping an eye on that town clock pretty closely as far as the rust goes and
I
everything?
believe so, but I'll
Okay,
make sure with
one of our
Jim
longtime
tomorrow.
employees
Yeah.
retired, and I just
Yeah.
was wondering if, I know he kind of watched over
He
it,
certainly did.
and just to make sure we don't get into another problem with that. And then 2 weeks from tonight is our next regularly scheduled city council meeting. Again, July meeting be held at 6 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock. And I think that's it for now. There is a community garage sale on the 25th of July. It's Saturday, 727-3064. You can contact the Parks and Recreation Commission, and they can tune you into exactly what that is all about. Mostly children's.
It originally started that way. They're trying now to expand it into, they have definitely the largest group of participants are children's,
Uh-huh.
but they're also opening it up for anyone that may not have a nice area at their own home to do a garage sale. They can rent a spot too.
Yeah, very good.
So-
Again, 727-3064 for the Parks and Recreation Department. And also, we will note the passing the baton on to Margot Van Hove
Yes.
as our Recreation Director. I believe interim or
Interim from now until December 31st.
till December.
and then after
And then the city manager will let us know what's going on. But good luck to her and the Parks and Recreation Department under her guidance. Okay,
And then other dates?
pardon
The
me,
petitions will be started to be accepted, what, July?
July 10th?
July 10th
Mm-hmm.
for city council?
Yes.
Opening date for that.
Yep. They can't come in before, and they have to be in by,
July 21st?
yeah, there's an 11-day window there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, and the city calendar does have a mistake on that. They are due July 21st, not in August.
Yeah. That was a change in the law, wasn't it?
Yeah,
This
from
past
what
year.
it used to be, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and one other thing, our good old days festival, Queen in Court, referred to as Miss Richmond in Court, went to the Michigan Festivals and Events Association regal outing on the steps of the legislature in Lansing, and our state representative Ken Goyke was there to meet them and spend part of the day with them. They had a fantastic time. It was a beautiful day, and of course Ken was on his best behavior. And
Isn't he always?
yeah, he always is. And they had a great day. They had a luncheon. I think he was probably there for the luncheon, is what it was, But anyhow, they had a great day. A lot of memories built there. And I want to thank them and the 4 chaperones that they had that went along with them. They had a great time, memorable time. Thank Ken for taking time out of his schedule to be there and supporting them as well. So. Okay, now we will go into closed session. I need a motion to go in.
I move to convene into closed sessions in accordance with Section 8C of the Michigan Open Meetings Act, Public Act 267 of 1976, as amended for strategy negotiation sessions connected with the negotiation of a collective bargaining agreement if either negotiating party requests a closed hearing.
Support?
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion? Being not, roll call, please.
LaFour,
Yes.
Mistravich.
Yes.
Ricks.
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Yarrick.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Motion passes. We will take a 5-minute break before going into closed session.
I wasn't sure if it should be yes or yay.
Is there a motion to reconvene?
I'll make a motion to reconvene in open session.
Support.
Motion made and supported. Is there any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. Is there any other business of the city council this evening? Being not, a motion to adjourn would be in order.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
What's been made and supported, there's no discussion on the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion passes. Thanks for being with us.